When people think about protecting Green Lake, they often picture the lake itself. But water quality is shaped long before water reaches the shoreline. It's shaped across the watershed, in streams, wetlands, farm fields, shorelines, and the places where water moves across the landscape every day. And sometimes, the most important work begins in places people never see, like this site, where I'm standing now at Ducalo Farm on the south side of Green Lake. In 2023, the Green Lake Association partnered with Interfluve to complete a stream survey to identify the most critical erosion sites contributing to water quality challenges in the lake. The goal was really simple, to use on-the-ground conditions to identify where restoration efforts could make the biggest difference. And this site emerged as a top priority identified through that work. Over time, flowing water began carving deep into this field and creating severe erosion that carried soil and phosphorus all the way downstream into Roy Creek and eventually toward Green Lake. This project is one example of what can happen when local partners align around a shared priority. The Green Lake County Land Conservation Department worked directly with the landowner to move the project forward. Through donor support, the Green Lake Association helped provide funding to make the restoration project free, no cost to the family. And the Green Lake Sanitary District committed to maintaining this retention pond for the long term. Each organization played a different role, but all working toward the same goal, protecting the future of Green Lake.
Hi, I'm Rhonda Bocek. My mom and dad owned this farm since 1957. Now I'm taking care of the farm. My dad's grandpa had done a lot with conservation, and my dad wanted to continue it. He's always been involved in the community. In 2019, we hosted the Land and Lake Association Field Day with the Green Lake Association. My dad was in his 80s. That didn't deter him from hosting, inviting people, especially from the nursing home, to come out. Almost as much as conservation, he loved to polka, so we had a polka band and several instruments, plunger horns, a garbage can bass. It was amazing to me that so many different people from different aspects of the conservation and the lake showed up, all with the same goal in mind, to improve the lake, and it's just all kind of a group effort. It makes me proud that I can continue farming like my dad wanted. We all need to do our part.
So I'm Todd Morris, the county conservationist for the Green Lake County Land Conservation Department. There was some gully erosion occurring in the wooded areas on the farm. So our goal of this project is to slow the water down, settle the sediment and the nutrients out, and then release it slowly so that it doesn't cause further erosion in the gully.
The solution is this detention pond, where it gathers the water, slows it down, the sediment settles to the bottom, and cleaner water flows through this Hickenbottom drain and exits this culvert here, eventually making its way into Roy Creek.
So the Green Lake Association paid for the stream survey of Roy and Werches Creek. They identified sites on the stream that were highly erodible sites. And this Ducalo site really jumped out to us right away as a priority site that we wanted to address. We put in 2 retention ponds on this site. So now we're going to keep those 200 tons of sediment. So a dump truck driving down the road carries about 20 tons. So about 10 truckloads on the field where it should be instead of in Roy Creek and Green Lake where we don't want it. It's a huge savings for the lake, for the watershed, and for the farm.
Projects like this are important on their own, but they're also part of something much larger happening across the watershed. Right now, partners across the region are working together to develop the Watershed and Lake Management Plan, or WLMP. Think of it as a roadmap for protecting and improving Green Lake over the next decade. There are more than 28 organizations participating in the planning process, with over 60 people serving across 8 committees. The plan isn't owned by any one organization. It's being built by our community, all working together towards shared water quality goals for Green Lake.
Hi, I'm Ken Bates, president of the Green Lake Sanitary District Board of Commissioners. One thing I've learned in our efforts to protect the lake is this is a long-term commitment. What I've seen in the recent years, a greater commitment by people that live around the lake, the Green Lake Association, Green Lake County. We're all starting to work together because that's going to be a better result. That lake is everybody's lake, and if we can all work together, that gives me hope.
Partners across the watershed are aligning around a unified plan, using science to identify the places where action can have the greatest impact, coordinating resources and scaling up the work together. Each partner plays a different role. Each piece is necessary, and none of it stands alone. That is what watershed restoration looks like. Not one organization working alone, but everyone working together to protect the future of Green Lake. And this project is just one example of what's possible when we move forward together.